The phrase batch creating has confused more creators than it has helped because the moment most people hear it, they begin to imagine filming 30 videos in one day, working all weekend, or losing the freedom to create when inspiration strikes. But that's not what batch creating really is. Now, batch creating has become one of the most common pieces of advice for creators, but I also think that is one of the most misunderstood. Now, many creators, when they hear that phrase, they immediately think filming so many videos in one day, or planning, scripting, and also filming all on the same day, or working all weekends, or losing the freedom to create when they get inspiration. But that's not what batch creating is because I see it from a different angle. So last week we talked about building a weekly content workflow, and one part of that workflow is batch creating. So, but I realize a lot of creators misunderstand what batch creating really means. So today, let's clear up a few myths. Now, as usual, I've added timestamps just in case you want to skip to specific sections. So let's get into it. Batch creating means doing everything in one day. Now, here's the truth. Batch creating simply means preparing more than one piece of content during a focus session. Now, you can batch your ideas, planning, and scripting. You can batch your filming. You can also batch your editing. You don't have to do everything or squeeze everything into one day. Think of it as giving your future self a head start. That's what batch creating really does. Now, let's look at the second myth. You need an entire weekend to batch create. Here's the truth. You don't need a whole weekend. Even one focus hour can make a difference. You don't have to prepare for an entire month. You can batch enough content for a few days or even for a week. Small batches still count. The most important part isn't how much you batch. It's that you are creating with intention instead of starting from zero every day. Now, if this video has cleared up even one myth for you, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. It helps this video to get to more busy creators who need it. And if you're looking for simple systems to help you create, grow, and earn online, make sure you subscribe because that's exactly what we do here. Now let's move on to the next myth. If I batch today, I might not even like the videos next week. Here's the truth. I hear this fear from a lot. What if I change my mind? What if I get a better idea tomorrow? But think about it. A helpful video is still a helpful video, whether you filmed it today or last week or yesterday. If your content solves a problem today, it will probably still solve the same problem tomorrow or next week. If you do get a better idea, great. You can always move things around. One thing I also want you to remember is that batch creating doesn't stop you from creating spontaneously. So if inspiration strikes tomorrow or an idea just popped into your head, film the video, post it if you want to. Batch creating is not a set of rules that you have or you must follow. It's just a simple way to make your content process easier, especially when life gets busy, because life always gets busy. Now, batch creating doesn't lock you in, it gives you options. Batch creating kills creativity, really. I actually think that it does the opposite because when you're not scrambling to figure out what to post every single day, your mind has more space to think creatively. Now, instead of using your energy to make decisions about, oh, what should I post? Should I make carousel? Should I make a video? You can just use it to create better content. You can think of better ideas. Planning doesn't replace your creativity, it protects it because now you have more time, your head is clear, you can think clearly and plan the way you should. I find this particular myth very, very funny. Batch creating is only for full-time creators. How? I actually think that busy creators benefit the most. Imagine if you're balancing work, family, school, or other responsibilities. You don't have endless hours to spend creating content. No. And that's exactly why a simple process matters. Batch creating isn't about working more, it's about using the time you already have more intentionally. Batch creating isn't about becoming a content machine. It's not about filming 30 videos in one day or 100 videos in one day. And it's definitely not about making your life more complicated. It's about making content creation feel simpler. Start with one batch, one week, one focus session, then build from there. I know with the use of AI, there's a lot of efficiency when it comes to creating more, but yet the human factor still comes to play, right? You get tired, you get burnt out, because you're still going to spend time using the AI to create videos, for example. And create in a way that fits your life because that's the kind of consistency that lasts. Because when your content process feels lighter, then showing up consistently becomes a lot easier. Now that you know what batch creating really is, the next step is building a workflow that fits your life. I've linked that video right here on your screen. If you've been trying to stay consistent, but your content process still feels overwhelming, that is exactly why I created a one-on-one research session. It's designed to help you build a simple content system that fits your life, your schedule, and the way you naturally work. If that sounds like what you need, you'll find the link in my bio. And if you're a busy creator who wants content creation to feel simpler, you are in the right place. Subscribe for simple systems to help you create, grow, and earn online. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to keep it simple and keep creating. I'll see you on the next one.